So the human being has a nature. That nature is fixed. We have a human nature. Now you have a movement, transhumanist movement, which is a very serious problem right now on the planet, because there are certain people. I mean, how many people came into the airport in Toronto through there? Did you notice those HSBC, those bank built? How many people were troubled by those? Huh? They were all over. A new world is coming. They had a picture of a fly with cameras for eyes. Like where's democracy? Who's voting on whether to give flies camera eyes or not? I mean, this is like Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein is let loose on the modern world. And this is funded by NASA, it's funded by Google, it's funded by billionaires who want to download information. And it's this move towards a hybrid human being where technology merges with biology. And they're working very seriously on this. I mean, this is a serious project. Artificial intelligence is a serious project. They want to get to this singularity point. So we're dealing with situations that previous generations did not deal with. And because there are things that change in the world, and our relationship to the world changes also, like the desacralization of nature. That's a change. Prior to that, many of the ancient civilizations, nature was infused with spirit. And you still have this in animistic traditions. The monotheistic Abrahamic faith considered nature to be a sign of God. So it had a sacred quality, but it did not give it that personification that a lot of the previous peoples did. But now, in the modern world, and Dr. Nussel was just talking about that, one of the most influential and important philosophers of the modern world is Sir Francis Bacon, who said we have to put nature to the rack. In other words, torture it until it reveals its secrets to us. Machiavelli talked about cajoling nature, but if she did not go along with our demands, then we had to ravish her, and actually use the word rape. And it's interesting that nature has always been a feminine quality in language. So the earth has a feminine form in Arabic. And so honoring women and dishonoring women, like the current culture that we have now in the West, which degrades women unbelievably. And if you don't believe me, just go and look at the fraternities and the sororities and see how degrading it is to women, and the type of clothes that they put women on. I mean, you don't see men walking around in spandex, right? Unless they're riding bicycles with all those ridiculous symbols on the shirts, right? Like Lance Armstrong. There's all these people that think they're Lance Armstrong, or whoever, the guy who's not roided out. But I see them go by all the time, and they've got all these, like they ride, some of them are overweight, but they still got all those. There's elements to our culture that are so ridiculous. It's amazing. But, so that is a problem. The change, this attitude towards nature changed. And so the Sharia has to adapt to those changes. So he says, a Sharia